In this speech, Kate MacKinnon, Speaker Salon Alum, shares her very personal journey in this charming and entertaining speech where she teaches the power of reclaiming yourself. She also demonstrates powerfully the decision to move from one location to another during a performance.
This is what it feels like to be spiritually bankrupt. I'm a feng shui practitioner, and 12 years before I started practicing feng shui, when I was 33, I was lying in my bedroom. The only furniture in the room was a bed. Like a bruise, the walls were dark blue, the ceiling was black, and the floor was battleship gray. With little light from a ground floor apartment window, the only view were the other three walls of the apartment building, surrounding a cement courtyard. Staring at the ceiling, I thought, how did I get here? I'd run out of gas, my battery had died, and I was empty. Now, I believe, and this is how I live my life, in more than one lifetime. And I believe I've been here before. And in previous lifetimes, I've learned many lessons. And in this lifetime, if I didn't start learning my lessons, I was going to have to come back and do them over again. And I didn't want to. So God said, all right, game on. Meningitis and deaf ear at 1.5, loss of mother at 4. Dad remarries, I'm adopted at 5, my sister's born at 6, and I become Cinderella, taking care of my entire family, which included 3 older brothers and a younger brother with special needs. Angry dad, who's very protective of my stepmom, who gets cancer, dies in my arm. My dad starts going out with a friend in the family and emotionally abandons our family for another family, all before I was 21. 33, I was spiritually bankrupt. I hit a bottom, and at that bottom, I stopped drinking, got help, and changed my entire life. What I thought was the worst thing that happened to me was the greatest gift, because I got a life worth living. I got self-esteem and dignity. And I'm sure if I kept going the way I was going, I was not going to live past 34, which was the age my mother died. I once heard somebody who lived on a park bench for 20 years say, I used to drink to drown my feelings, but I found out they could swim. That was true for me too. I was trying to drown all those feelings of hurt, anger, abandonment, grief, and mostly anger. I was so angry. I didn't know it, but I was angry at my mother for dying and leaving me with my brothers and my father. I was angry at my stepmother for not being able to give me the love and affection that my mother gave me and give love and affection to my sister that I so desperately wanted. I was mostly angry at my dad for never telling me that my mother died and then marrying my stepmother and always defending her whenever he felt I was critical of her. He depended on me so much and he took me for granted. I was his daughter, but he treated me like a surrogate wife and a mother to my siblings, and then abandoning us for another family. I knew that if I was going to heal, I was going to have to face all these things that I was angry about. And it started with writing everything down on paper. And in black and white, I got to see I had a part, and there was a pattern. Like expecting my mother to live to see me grow up into adulthood. Or I was so desperate for love, I would do anything to be good. And then when I wasn't loved in return, I was so angry at my parents because they didn't live up to their end of the bargain that they were not privy to. When I was ready, I knew it was time to face each one. For my mother, it was with a spiritual advisor. With my stepmother, it was a letter. With my dad, it was in person. Thanksgiving, driving home from my brother's house, as if on cue, my dad starts talking about how, like fairy tale, I always made my stepmother evil and my mother the angel. When I tried to share with him my experience, he totally negated it. Oh, I just sank into the seat. When I got home that night, I was so upset. I walked into the downstairs bathroom, looked into the mirror, and said, I can drink, kill myself, or pray. In that moment, I prayed, and I asked God for help. And I didn't know what I was going to say, but I went back out into the kitchen and I said, you know that conversation we just had? The one we've been having my entire life, where you invalidate my entire experience? Yes. Well, we're going to agree to disagree to never have that conversation again, ever. Unknowingly, I changed the energy with my father forever by having that conversation. I had a part in my life, and you do too. By having a difficult conversation with someone you love, you can transform it. You can also have a part by how you arrange the space in your home. By looking at those dark corners and moving the clutter so you can see feelings and energy, you can see what's really going on. Or by moving things out of your entryway or moving relationships or people out of your heart, the entryway of your heart, you can invite in love and change or rearrange love relationships. Our homes and our beings are our sacred space. You get to say who you invite, who or what you invite in. This is what it feels like to be spiritually filled up. This, right here, right now. Thank you.
If you have the desire to share your very important message and story from the Speaker Salon stage, go to speakersalonapplication.com. And be sure to share your biggest takeaways from Kate's talk. I would love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you have access to my latest video. I am so happy that you are here and will always respond to your comments. Big love.